Especially when being younger, we often fear getting old. We are afraid of diseases, we are afraid of being alone, and most of all, we are simply afraid of dying one day. So that leads us to the assumption that as we get older, we also become unhappier. But as it turns out, this is simply not true. A lot of older people are actually the happiest they have ever been in their lives. As people get older, they seem to become happier. And this is in fact true for almost any country in the world. This might sound a little bit counterintuitive at first, but it can be explained by a theory called the U-shape of happiness. As you can see here, most of us start out pretty happy. As kids, we have almost nothing to worry about, and even into our teens and early 20s, we maintain this happiness. But then, as we grow older, we can see here that our happiness tends to drop. And that can have a couple of different reasons. One, of course, is that we simply have more responsibilities in life. We have to go to our job every day. We have to earn a living. We have more pressure that we're facing each and every day when we come into the office. We have to take care of our children on top of that. We have to deal with our marriage, with our partner, with our other family members. All of that has an impact on our happiness. If you then also take into consideration that we usually start realizing around that point in our life that some dreams of ours simply might not become true, we might never climb Mount Everest, we might never become a sports star, then we start to understand why our happiness is dropping so rapidly in our 30s and 40s, until we reach a low point which is usually around our early 50s. Okay, so all of that kind of makes sense when you think about it. But why do we become happier again after that? Why is it that our happiness increases and seems to keep increasing almost until the moment when we eventually die? This is due to a couple of reasons, one of them being that we simply make our peace with the life that we have. We start making peace with the kids that we have, the partner that we chose, and the career that we are in, and even where we are in that career. If it's not exactly where we dream to be at that point, we realize that it's still okay to not accomplish every single thing on your bucket list. This in turn then allows us to become a little bit more present to the moment. In our 50s and up into our 60s and 70s, we realize that what really matters is right here and right now. We stop making really big plans maybe, we stop living in the future, but instead appreciate what we have in our lives. Furthermore, as we get older, we realize that time is really precious. We start realizing that we have to make the most out of the time that we have. We never know exactly how much time we do have left. So as we grow older, we manage to become more present to the moment and live in the here and now. Which is exactly what kids do as well, which is why we are so happy when we are younger. And I believe that this is the main takeaway from the UCurve of Happiness theory for all of us. We should try to be more like children or more like older people and appreciate every day that we have on this earth. Of course, it is still important to make plans and think a little bit ahead into the future, but at the same time value the time that you have right now. Value those small little moments that you have with your children, with your partner, at work, the small successes, because those are what give you the most happiness. And I believe it's really cool to know that our happiness as we get older doesn't really decline but actually increases again. So this is something we all have to look forward to. Hopefully we're all gonna be 95 one day, sitting on our porch, just the sun in our face, having a cool beer in our hands, looking back onto our lives and being like, that was a pretty good one. So with that, I'm gonna leave you. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, feel free to subscribe down below so you get more videos just like this one. I see you in the next one. Talk to you then.